Okay, thank you very much, Debbie. I always, when I participate in this type of conferences with a team with Model War and DAMA, Southern Africa, I feel very comfort. So people, if you want to ask something, please do it. Interrupt me. I doesn't mind. Mostly I loved all the questions, all the ways that I can show the ways that we solve many problems to the companies. Well, in this moment, I want to talk about a success case we had here in Peru with a company that is a company of services, a health services company, and all the companies of services have many problems because the business process are very big. They have a lot of data, but usually they grow when they have a good product. They grow rapidly, fastly. So in that growing, the companies may begin to have some situations that they have to solve. Well, this is not the real name, but I have called it Acme Health. Uh, in the current situation, as you have heard before, we always in our company talk about the environment. How is the environment of this company? This company is a Peruvian company with 23 years in this country. It belongs to occupational health services. It's a leader in the market right now. They have almost 1,000 workers in all the country. Their principal client is the mining industry. Not only they are not only the unique sector they attend, but the principal. ACME has all the ISO certifications and the Peruvian certifications. They have 9 centers in the country, in Peru. Um, and they have to, well, I have some problem to move the presentation, sorry.
No stress.
Uh, yeah, I think that I won't do always the presentation. Well, they are in all the country. They have 9 health centers, 9 clinics in all the country, and they have 42 medical centers in 42 principal mining units. So they are very important. In Peru, the mining industry is the one that is growing the most in the company, pardon, in the country. The growing is very big. So it means that the opportunity to this company to go in growing and growing and growing and to be the best of the best is very important. So the thing is, and talking with a visionary leader that is the owner, we need to grow, but we want to grow efficiently and in a solid way. And as the words of the owner, he said, I know that I will only grow if I have a tech infrastructure very good with all the data that I need to use. When the ACME's opportunity is the direct workers that the mining industry have in all the countries is the one you see here, 280,000 direct workers. Indirect, there are more than 1 million. So the mining industry provides a lot of job in the country. So what's the opportunity? Thinking in the company, thinking in the client, thinking in the mining company. The mining company really needs to have workers with very good health. So it's not only to think or to center my operations, my business on only the client, but to the consumer, because this is a good correlation for the good business for the mining industry. To have healthy workers, the mining will not stop. When a mining company stops one day, they lose at least $1 million. Maybe you know it too, because Southern Africa is a mining country too. So who is a client in this company? The mining company. And they have another client, the business process outsourcing company. Who is a consumer? All the workers of the mining company and all the workers of the BPO company. And this is our this is Cyclus Road, the Cyclus Group, our company, way to transformate the business in a data-driven business. This is our way to see our perspective. As you know, as you have listened, our perspective begins with the business. So for us, the zero step, that's what we call the zero step, is the deep understanding of the value purpose and business model, and then translate the business rules that we find here to data. This is for us the most important thing. This is the beginning of the beginning. The beginning of a data-driven transformation doesn't begin in the data governance. You will see, as our perspective, where is the data governance. So this means to understand, to have a deep understanding of the business, of the value purpose. How do we make business? What is the key of the business model that you can find? And in this key, what is the data that means that key? This is something very, very important. So after that, after understanding very good our business, we have to translate all the business rules to data. This is something very beautiful. We used to do it with our workshops, working with all the people of the companies of our clients. Then the first step, when the people surely understood what is the kind of data, the attributes of the data, data that maybe they didn't imagine, they didn't see, the first step and the next step is design or ensure that the relations of the data model of their ERP, of their CRM, of their transactional IT systems represents really the business model and the business process and the value proposal that we found here. Here we found the key of my business model. We found what is our value proposal and how what should I measure, what should I monitor of that value proposal. So my data model in all my IT systems, in all my softwares, should represents exactly the same. And what we find in all the companies we have visited is that it is not 100% exactly, but maybe could be 80%, 75%, but not 50%. If we have a low percentage of representation of the business model and the value purpose, you will know the reason why this IT system doesn't support me. We begin to have many people to do manual operations because the system doesn't support you. So you lose that. You lose this. So can you measure your value purpose? Can you know really if the client is satisfied with you? Not exactly. Maybe you can do it but with a lot of manual work. Then, in this second step, in this moment, we begin to talk about the data governance model. So the people in this moment, look, I'm not talking. I'm not talking right now in in an analytic architecture. I'm not talking about data lake, artificial intelligence, machine learning. None of that. I am talking about the base to have a good strategy of artificial intelligence, a good strategy of data science to support a business and to make grow a business. So we need a data governance model that guarantee the following, that we have the data we really need because of this. The quality and the maintenance management that we have clean and secure our assets. The data is an asset and a very important and costly asset. And surely, in any way, security and cyber security. This is maybe sometimes I think that people recently in the last times is realizing the importance of data governance. The third step. So now we are prepared. We are prepared to the exponential growing. In the third step, I mean the data democratization. So we know the data, we know the business model, we know our value purpose, we know our vision, what we want to do in some years. So the companies should know which data is the most important that they should have very flexible in one place. So that data democratization means technically a data lake, a data lake house, a data mesh, no, whatever you design. Another something very important, a data literacy upskilling. People need to know how to read, how to work, how to manage data, how to transform data. And listen that I'm talking about data, not information. That data transformation is information. Information in a basic way, information in a predicted way, um, in the way whatever we need. So we prepare our data-driven strategy, having all the data put in one place, in the cloud, as I said, a data lake, a data lake house. Talking about this, that the upskilling is very important of the data literacy. And finally, because of all of this strategy, the data architecture, data lake, the tools, I made a mistake here, all the tools that we need, the APIs, and the users need to know how to use the data they need. So that's why we have to do, first of all, a data literacy upskilling. Because the users, the IT people say, so you have a data lake, you have the data you need, and the user says, and what do I do right now? So this is a reskilling and upskilling learning. They have to learn how to work with the data about the data lake, and they can use it as metrics, as analytical models, as machine learning, as artificial intelligence, as to use it with generative AI. Anyway, so to get and to use the data, all the data we have, we need first of all this. This is, I think, one of the most important things in this time, in this fourth revolution, industrial, because we have a lot of tools. We have a lot of digital tools. And to be digital dexterity, we need to be data literacy. Then, well, this is a very strong step. We have all the data. For me, the fourth step, what I used to recommend all the people is, first of all, concentrate in your business model today. Analyze the history, analyze if you up to this moment, up today, your business model is getting better, you are following, you are able to follow your value purpose. Is it good? So, can you measure it? Can you monitor it? And when you do this, apart from measuring your company, your business, you will learn what are the relations between all the data. You will know the data. You will realize what correlations, simply correlations, exist between data. Doing this. Why I said that? Because, well, I am professor too and masters. And in my last class, some people said, the BI, the descriptive analytics are gone. They are not useful anymore. We have to talk about predictive. That's not true. The best way that you can do a very good predictive analytics that really we need is to learn about today and yesterday. You will have a good segmentations. For instance, in a simple way, RFM, recency, frequency, and the amount of the billings. So learn about the correlation of the data. And then you are prepared to grow a lot. The fifth step is what I call innovating with data. You have all the tools, you have many tools, many innovation methodologies, many data. You have data in your place, what you need here in front of you. So there's another important thing. Frame the problems and opportunities. Don't look for solutions after to knowing the real problems. Sometimes in another class that we have another pupils, I said, okay, guys, we are right now, think we are work on critical thinking. So I want you to frame one of your problems. These were mining people, one of the big mining companies in Peru. Think in all your problems. They have a lot. And some teams can return with me and say, I have the solution. A solution to what problem? And they are so automata. They are like a robot, mechanically. No, they think, and always the solution goes to tech. We need artificial intelligence to that. Okay, to resolve what? So we have to return and to think that we not only the artificial intelligence is a solution, our intelligence need to be the first step to identify the problems or the opportunities of any business or of any country, of any citizen. And then if we have that problem really defined and we made a deeply analysis, then we can choose the right data. No, we can design the business case. Look all the steps. No, in all these steps, I haven't talked about tech. Then, when we design the business case, maybe in this way, we can talk. We can work with a data scientist, and he or she will choose the right model, the right algorithm, develop, test, and deploy. This is certainly a little bit of long time, and then get powerful insights to grow the business. Um, Maybe if somebody wants to participate, are you agree with these steps? Do you think are good? Do you think there's something missing or something that shouldn't be there? Well, if
Yeah,
you want to, uh,
yeah, I would say I agree with your steps. It just worries me that it feels like I'm still in the first few steps of our business. So it looks like a very steep hill to climb.
well, I didn't understand the last part.
It just seems like a very steep hill to climb out this road to get to the fifth step. I feel like our business is still stuck at the first and second step to a large extent.
Okay. Don't suck it. This is the first verse. Um, Also, in many times, there are people that are not agree with this and this. This is a strategic planning. Okay, I can say this is a strategic planning. Yeah, strategic planning, is it necessary? Well, many people say no, and but it's necessary because that's the vision of your model. But it's very important to understand this because you will find this is something like I remember I can compare us with my algebra courses when I was at school. I love algebra. I love the problems. Sometimes a business model or the key of the business model, so the way that I can earn more money is something like the X in algebra that we're usually try to find. And when I found the X, a business model like algebra, this is the point. This is the way that I can move all of that. Then look, this is the step. What I find in many companies is that the IT system, not really represents what we want. And maybe because it could be many things. Because we are growing, and at the first part of 5 or 10 years ago, this data model really represents the business model, but the business model was growing and evolution. So right now it doesn't represent. So if you want to take the data from these systems and you don't know this, you will make a lot of mistakes. If you know that these data models have some problems, maybe surely you can find some ways to take the good data. Maybe it won't be very easy, but you can do it. But you have to realize this. I mean, if you want to design and develop a data analytics architecture, you have to define, you have to know how to make the relations in your data lake, in your analytics way to really represent the business model. Mayela, ¿querías preguntar algo?
Yes, it's just a comment because of the previous comment. Yes, I agreed with these steps because in my experience, uh, we need to understand really the purpose and the value of the data within the organization. This is the first step of the serious step. Is okay. Um, And another thing is about this approach is to recognize first the problems and then identify the data because people most of the time try to get the data first. And for me, it's a mistake because you cannot identify what data you need in order to solve the problem. Okay. And first, you need to identify the problem. This is just a comment, okay? No a question.
Sure.
I agree with this approach very well. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, that's true. Um, what I said, um, the reason why we define these steps are because, first of all, maybe many people say, "Oh, but this is very long." No, this is what you need. You have to know holistically how is your business. You have to work on business process in all the company. The business process are not functionally; they are across the company. So when I talk about value purpose, business model is across the company. You have to know this, first of all. And then when you want to solve many things, a lot of things, in this moment, you have to learn how to frame the problems, the real problem. Well, I am a business consultant, so I have a company, and many companies call us to say, "I have a problem of that. We have a solution." And when we go to the company, when we talk with the general manager usually, and we talk and talk and listen to them, finally we realize that the problem they used to say that was not the problem. That maybe was a symptom of a sickness. The problem was another, and we have to teach all the peoples, the consultants should teach, should make the people understand how to uh, frame or reframe the problems. This is a good opportunity here. Okay, well, I made this introduction to this roadmap because this is the one we use in our company. Apart from that, this roadmap is accompanied with this. Maybe I think that I could say this is a deeply detailed of zero phase. We have to know, sorry, because of I didn't translate this, the corporate strategy, the operating model, data strategy, technology strategy, and then information strategy. Yeah, we have to realize that this is not the same. Maybe some data is information, but information is not really data. Then in the, I will put it all. Well, the corporate strategy is begin with a purpose. It's very important. Why do I exist as a company? The value proposal, the business model, the value chain. Then, when we have the strategy, we go to the operating model. In the operating model, we have information, processes, people, culture, organization, technology, and we extend technology. Here's the technology. Then we talk of technology. Then, beginning with this and this, we can design the data strategy. This have a data strategy. First of all, we build the data ecosystem that have the strategic data and operational data. And then we have to work with the data quality, the politics, and the lineage of the data and the life cycle of the data. Then we have to talk about when we realize this 1, 2, 3, then we can talk about the architecture of the operating data, the operating architecture, and then with the information strategy, we can talk of the analytic architecture. Sorry of the presentation.
It's all good. It's going really well. Thank you so much for sharing. It's really interesting.
Okay. Yeah. So, and this is the important thing. For us, this is something very, very important. This is what we call with a corporative strategy and the operating model, we do this data translation to find the strategic data and the data translation of the operating model to find the operating data. This is what we call data ecosystem, or another people call an entity map. But we want to show this like something that belongs to the business. A simple phrase that says the data is yours, the people of the business. Or if you don't have, you need to learn the ability to translate business rules in strategic and operating data. For us, this is something very key, something very, very important. So, talking about Acme, well, Acme is not the real name of this company, but I have the permission of the owner, but in any case, I don't want to talk, oh my God, of the real name, and obviously some confidence information. Well, we will talk about the 0 step. We took a lot of time with the 0 step. And then the corporative strategy of this company was, well, the purpose, value proposal, business ecosystem, and business model, the value chain. But we rely a lot, we analyze it deeply, profound, the clients, the products, the prices, the deliveries, and time attentions. of the that are parts of the value proposal. Okay. Then we are going to talk about the mining companies, the best client of this company of ACME. We have two type of clients in this sector, in this industry mining, the very important, the most important industry in this country. The company owners are the owners of the operations. They demand thousands of workers to extract all the mineral, to explore and extract all the mineral. The business process outsourcing company are all the firms that provides workers to the mining company and to work for them for long periods, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and they explore and extract the mineral. And the company owner, in Spanish we call la titular, they have their own health plan that have health exams for the beginning, the final, the periodic, because they need to assure the health of the workers. The exams of any company depends on the type of metal, rock, risks, and environments. The health plans that finally is a group of exams depending of the profile of the position, have a lot of exams. So the BPO companies, they have to, the BPO company to have a contract with a company owner, they have, all the workers have to make the exams that this says, no, all the health exams of this company owner. So this is the occupational health. So this is the business of ACME. No, in like we have a lot of workers in mining. It's a good business and it is growing because we have many explorations right now. But talking about the business model, I used to look the business model not only with the Canvas business model. You realize in this type of business, the final decision is of this company. If this company decides to contract this BPO, is it decides, not it decides. And this company owner is the one that have the health plan. So this is what we call the business generator. So the BPO have to need to have the health plan of the business generator and many maybe another providers. So our client, Acme Health, what I say to them is, what we say is, the owner pull the business. If you have a really good engagement with the owner, you will have a lot of business. Acme work with the biggest mining companies, but not all. No, but what they were, another way to measure or monitor the business model is to look in or follow which companies have more billing. But if you realize deeply what is the reason, which reason moves this business, really is the company owner. So what it means, that you have to follow with your data the movement of this company owner. In your reports, in your information, you have to see, you have to measure all the companies of BPOs that works for this company owner. And as your strategy of health services, ACME, have to engage all the owners, the C-level of this company owner. This is the key of the business model. These clients, they have workers. Here is the money for ACME, because all the workers make exams with a health plan. And as the vision of ACME, because it is very important, ACME is not a traditional company. No, they are visionary. The most important actor is this, because depending of the health of these workers, this business will move good or not. So the vision of ACME is to guarantee and monitor the health of this worker long time. Then, continuing with the value proposal, we're looking at products, so the exams. And this company have two principal IT systems: the CRM soft, the master clinic history, and the CRM soft. The CRM soft administrate the clients, the company owners, the VPOs, the exams, prices, health plans of each company. And the master clinic history administrate, manage the patients, the workers, the roadmap of the patient with all exams of the health plan, all the exams, laboratory results, and the aptitudes, the approval or not approval of the worker. And then CRM soft, the valorization and the billing. But we have something we found something that was not good. The exams, the test of D2 systems were different. This company had a lot of problems, and they didn't realize what was the reason of that problem. When we analyzed all the data, we found that the exams were not exactly the same in both systems. These generate a lot of manual work, a lot of wrong results. So we have opportunity to improve. So what I say, can you work with this type of SAMs, with these names, with these codes to an analytic platform right now? No, it's not good. If you do it, you will make a lot of mistakes, and maybe you don't realize why. The prices. Pues as any company, they have a list price of each exam. They have a negotiated price for each company, for each exam. And this is good, this is correct. But the commercial people, to engage their client, made a little mistake. They accepted to have a negotiated price per company, per profile. And this was not good. This generates 3 tables in the system and in the CRM soft that make a mistake. This is good. This is good. This is the real price list for the company. But this was the problem. The third table that have the prices for each profile of the company, modifications of this, and this make problems of integrity. So we have another opportunity to resolve. Then the health plan is what I say. This is the core of the business. This is the most important part of this kind of business. The business generator, also the company owner, the mining company, make a health plan with their occupational doctors. The health plan depends of the profile position and the protocol of each position. And the opportunity of the worker. It's the first time, the second time, periodically. They have sick, they were sick, and then they are not sick anymore. We have another exams, etc. So these kind of situations makes protocols. The protocol of each profile is a group of exams, and each exams have the results. So we will have the quantity of protocols of profiles we have, and profiles. No, so to build a health plan, we have two entrances. If we talk about data and we talk about a system, one entrance is the positions, the person, the patient, and the other is all the exams, all the catalog of exams. And as you remember, the exams were have some mistakes in the two systems. So we have to correct. Apart from that, the health plan have all the protocols, depending on the person, but they have some exceptions because we are talking about health. And they could be people with some special conditions. Maybe a fat people cannot work very good in a mining industry. So if they begin to work, they have to lose weight. So the special condition of any person have some exceptions. In these exceptions, they have another tests. Then we define an aptitude. So we will approve or not approve the entrance of the acceptance of these people, this person to work in the mining company. Look, all of these are steps. These steps are process, and this process is accompanied with all the data of these situations. I always like to explain the methodology with these examples. And let me tell you something, all are different. My job is not boring for nothing because all the companies are very different, and that's what I love it. The health plan is personalized, so it generates a lot of job for my client, for the company. Because if the system have problems, a lot of this is a manual job. No, they are not automated. Then, well, we have the health plan. And then these people need to, and this is one business model. These people, along the time, the people with special conditions have medical controls, periodically medical controls. So they have some tests, some exams to evaluate them as how they go on. And then what I ask to my client, who is the client? Why? Because in some occasions, the exams of these persons is paid by the BPO, or sometimes is paid by these persons. So the one that engage, the one that pull the business is this, but the client are very different. This one is the client in this moment. This one, if their exam is paid by the company, the client is the company. And so the question that we asked to our client was, is this a new business model? Look for it. It depends of the money you move. Maybe it could be a good business model to realize, to understand. Then we talk about in the, we are going to return. Let's return to the value proposal. Look, we are talking about the value proposal only. One of the steps that we talk is deliverables. All the companies, the BPOs, need reports, big reports, periodical reports. And these reports the client, the BPO, and the mining company as right now they have more than 100 reports, and all of them work manual. They are not, they are half automated and a half manually. And right now, when they ask for a new modification for the report, the quality management of my client identify the required data that they have to look in the master clinical history, and they build an Excel manually. If the report is new, the IT management build a new query or more. If the report is a modification, they review and modify the queries. And this is, they have to be very rapid, very fast. Because of the technology of the master clinical history, is an old technology. They have to execute the queries and find a TXT file. So then they prepare the information, prepare what we call the savannah, the big report, and the people, the client, receive the big report. And this is a very slow process because of the technology and work. Many people work manually in this case, but there's something that I really can say. In this company, my client, I found a very engaged people. All the workers of Acme Health are people very, very engaged, and they work a lot to give the client what they need. That's part of the critical success. I think is one of the best parts of the critical success of this company. And when we work with them in this consulting, they were also open mind, participating in all the process, put their points of view, and work together to build the new solutions. I think that this is one of the critical factors of success in any company to solve any problem and to advance and grow. To have people very engaged, people that love their company. When I'm leaving some steps, and this is the fifth step, I make no, this is the first step. I made a mistake, but I will talk a little bit of that. So we have two systems, CRM Soft and the Master Clinic History. The CRM Soft manage the client's product prices, helplines, appointments, valorization, billing, and they need corrections to really reflect the business model. The Master Clinic, patients, roadmap, patient exam stands results, supports the health operation, but the only thing is that it's an old technology, but they have good data, okay? And apart from that, we found the problem, repeat, the problem of the exams. We have to close the problem. Then, after this, we show them, we gave them all the deliverables of our business consulting. There were a lot in 5 parts that people understand and they learn a lot. We learn a lot too. And then in that moment, we begin working with data and innovating. So we made a first workshop of these people, and they were two groups, two business groups, and each one of them have a target to resolve, and one of them focus on the patient, on the communication of the patient before going to the health center, in the other team focus on the how to correct the services and how to make a good catalog of the services. No, knowing, having learning all the things that we learn, they begin to work with innovation, innovating with data. No, all the people they do, including the owner, the general manager. They really innovate. Well, let's go on. So this is only a short of the consulting. The first part of the consulting. So the roadmap to transform in a data-driven company. First of all, empathy with the clients. Establish segmentation, extract and clean the data. Design a database to contain all the billing to define which are to make the targets, to make the segmentations, redefine the services, establish a structured catalog of tests and exams, and look for have the same catalogs in all in both systems. Redefine prices. We have to eliminate the third table, but the third table cannot be eliminated simply because we have to look the impact in the client and the impact in the systems, because the third table maybe have another relations with all the tables. The health plan, we realize that we should have an standard or personalized plans. Right now, the health plan is all personalized, but we have that there are many clients that have standard plans. So the suggestion was to make a standard plan for some type of clients, maybe not the VIP clients, and personalized plans for the VIP clients. And the deliverables we are designing a new analytic platform to obtain the deliverables. And finally, well, what we have to do, looking for the systems in the operation, design and implement the changes in CRM soft, and the historic to store the structure and not structured data, because the data of the health data of any patient is very important along the years. It's one of the type of data that many people, companies have to store, because some situation that have today make some conditions in 10 or 20 years. The master medical history, we have here CRMs of the databases, all databases, and we have the master medical sort. In the analytic, the first phase, we will only consider the master medical history, because this being an old an old technology, they have good data. Not all clean, but good data. We will do it in two phases. First of all, a relational database to have a medical database to have the big reports automatically, and then a data lake to use them all the analytics. Then we plan, first of all, three phases. The CRM soft, make all the changes, modifications with business rules, data processes, information system. The old data, the historical data, to put in, to design a data lake to all the historical data. And then beginning the analytic platform, first of all, a medical database to get the big reports, that is all the target. And then to have a data lake with the medical history. And when this serum result was correct, could be correct, we will begin to introduce to the data lake to generate more and more information. In this part, we will be prepared to do all the other things that the general manager have in mind, and work with the vision of the company. So this is, I hope to not get bored for you. Thank you very much, Neima. So I am here to hold your question if you have.
Amazing. Thank you. That was really interesting. Do we have any questions? I may just start picking on people. Paul Bolton, I see you here. Do you have any questions or comments?
Hi there. I'm actually just in the car, but I've been listening. Marita, thank you so much. Excellent. And just learned so much. I just want to ask you in terms of when you talked about, if people love their company, you want those kind of people involved in the project. We often
Our team. Hi, Paul. How are you?
Yes, fine, and you?
I don't see you some years. Well, do you mean our team?
Yes. So just also, no, but more the client team. I was just wondering, just in terms of getting buy-in. I know that you've obviously pitched this to the executive, and they
Yeah,
they
we work
Yeah.
with all the executive, the general manager, the finance manager, the IT manager, the quality manager, the operations manager, and some people of the operating movement. Operating people work with us because they know deeply the data of that situations. And in our team, we have Marita as a project manager, Fiorella as a business consulting consultant, and Juan as a IT consultant, analytical consultant.
Okay, fantastic. And if I also, second question, if you don't mind, before others go. In terms of you talked about data literacy is critical in your process, or one of the steps in entrenching this work into the mine or any business. How do you, in terms of segmentation of the company, how do you see that? You've just answered yes. You talk to execs, you talk to managers. How do you break the training up, or is it one training fits all that you apply, or do you design the data literacy by segmentation within the business?
It's an interesting question. Look, one of the things I said of this company is that people have they are very, very engaged, and as they grow, this is a Peruvian company that grows a lot, but they have some things to learn. So all the meetings that we had, first of all, we used to begin with some type of teaching, maybe some 15 minutes or 10 minutes of some concepts. This is a concept. We teach them the cyclus road at the beginning, and we repeat in all the meetings. And we repeat. We teach them also what is CRM, what is important of the business process um, across the company, and that they can realize in their own operation the situation of the business process, and demonstrating them the facts of the different data they have, or how they make some mistakes in the IT system that can spoil the data. And all the meetings were not only talk about information, talk about that. We talk about we find, for instance, some problems of management of records with IT. Well, we rethink of that. We used to show them little things that they can correct and get well. Quick wins. Apart
Yes,
from
yes.
that, all these projects and all our projects really um, are part of business and tech consulting, and part of teaching, part of learnings. And the general manager realized that their people need more learning. So what they told us is that their C-level were going to study in one of the best of some. They are going to study something I don't remember what, in one of the best universities in Peru, a special program. So um, the part of data, yes, is what we used to show. And in this kind of situation, in this kind of business consulting, another success factor is that the general manager, the owner, is a very visionary person, a person that is not alone, because one of the mistakes of the general managers is to decide alone. No, that's
Yeah.
what we always talk about the loneliness of the general manager. This general manager is not alone. He works with their people, and he really feel emotion when their people advance, when their people learn.
Yes.
And I think that this is, well, all our jobs, all our projects are very different, very special. But I wanted to talk with this because we have this critical success. A vision leader, people engaged, people very, very engaged. A
Yeah.
Peruvian company that is growing a lot. They have made a mistake, but they realize all the mistakes. And that is a service company that have a long process. And when you have many processes, it's very easy to have some difficulties or some problems.
Understand. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'd love to, and I don't want to
See you
hog
later, Paul.
Yeah, you too. And I don't want to hog the microphone, but leave up for others if there's questions. But I'd love to have an offline just about that data literacy and learning and the plans that you use and all that.
Okay.
Great. Thank you.
Amazing. Rose, you had your hand up. Rosemary, do you still have a question?
Yes, thank you for your explanation, Marita. I permit me to ask a question in Spanish. ¿Cómo puedo aplicar esta metodología en una empresa en creación, donde recién estás desplegando y formulando todo el plan de acción?
An excellent question. I think that you can begin with this because you are, what I have to ask in Spanish and English. The best way, la mejor manera de empezar una empresa es, first of all, thinking of your customers. Pensar en los consumidores, pensar en el mercado, ¿no? The innovating methodology says, think of your market, work with your market. And what does your market want? What is the characteristics of your or your clients? Depending of, for me, it's more simple if it's B2B or than B2C, because my experience is in B2B. But to beginning, first of all, think of your market. Think what your market need. If you already have the needings of your market, so you have to test. You have to choose to define the value proposal. You have to define the value proposal, and first of all, you have to test it. O sea, tienes que definir la propuesta de valor de acuerdo al mercado y te vas a encontrar con que hay segmentos de mercado. Todo el mercado no es igual. Y para una, aún cuando sea una empresa pequeña, una startup que recién está empezando, hay varios tipos de mercado. Y ese startup debe, lo ideal sería concentrarse en uno o dos mercados, no más, porque las propuestas de valor pueden ser diferentes. First of all, we have to look, we have to design a value proposal for my new market. So I have to test the value proposal because it's a new market. And this is the principle of the startups. And then we have to build and rebuild, redefine maybe the business proposal. And when I find that is good, then we have to translate to data. When we translate to data, and this is very, very good because we can design the business model of my ERP, or my CRM, or my personal IT systems, the one that I want to design. I don't know. And we will know what we need in my business data model. So I have to begin with a conscience, deep in mind, that we have to take care of my data. So I think that data governance, it will be something very easy when a new company is born, is beginning, because they know the importance of the data. O sea, si empiezas con ya con una propuesta de valor que la testeaste, la validaste, y esa es, el mercado responde, ¿no? Y cuando empezamos con una empresa, muchas veces empezamos sin sistemas o con sistemas muy, muy básicos. Al tener claro la propuesta de valor, pues es el momento de traducir a datos. Traducir a datos y asegurar, o sea, diseñar, partir del diseño conceptual, inclusive con los usuarios, ¿no? Con los no-tech, para asegurar que ese modelo de datos va a representar el modelo de negocio, ¿no? En nuestro caso, por ejemplo, en esta empresa, necesitamos tener claro la diferenciación de clientes para saber cuáles son los generadores de negocio, o sea, cuáles son las minas generadoras de negocio. In our case, we need to know, in the case I have mentioned, we need to know which ones are the company owners that generate the best business. And some data of the system doesn't let me on. And then when the people learn to, at the beginning, learn to translate business rules to data, they will know what is the importance of taking care of the data. So the concept of data governance is in. No sé si eso te satisface, Rose.
Yes.
O si tienes otra pregunta.
Oh, that's okay, Marita. Thank you.
Thank you.
Amazing. Do we have one more question before we sign off?
I want to see everybody.
Yeah, amazing. So yeah, thank you all so much for joining, and thank you, Marita, for sharing with us. It was an absolute pleasure to learn from you, and it was a really informative webinar. I will be sharing the recording. I'll edit it first, and yeah, please feel free to contact Marita online if you have any questions that you remember later. So thank you all for joining. It's a pleasure to have the DMSA community together. And thank you so much to Marita for sharing with us.
Thank you, Debbie. Please all my greetings to Howard and people. Nice to see you, Paul, once again. Thank you of all my friends, Pamela, Rose, Juan, and any others. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Gracias, cuídense.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Bye, Paul.
Chao, chao.
Gracias, Marita. Bye.
Bye.